Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is a Small Line Books. My name is Kaomi and today I have for you the start of a graphic novel and comic book reading vlog. I have read maybe one graphic novel in my adult life, which is Syphilis Book 1. I really enjoyed it. That was about 3 years ago now. I'm watching lots of vlogs on YouTube and graphic novel hauls and all this stuff, and it seems like there's a lot of interesting content out there, so I'm really interested in diving right in. So I'm going to be reading throughout this vlog a bunch of graphic novels and comics to see if I really do like them and maybe become a graphic novel and comic book girly. So I'm going to tell you the books I have to start off with. The first one is a thickie, and it's On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. I got this from the Word is Change bookstore here in Brooklyn in Bed-Stuy, specifically a while ago because I saw somebody recommend it and I just was like, I'll pick it up, but I never got to reading it. So apparently this graphic novel is sci-fi and romance all in one, but I'm going to read the cover. It says, a restoration crew travels to the deepest reaches of space, rebuilding beautiful broken structures to piece the past together. Two girls meet in boarding school and fall deeply in love, only to learn the pain of loss. With two interwoven timelines and stunning art, award-winning graphic novelist Tilly Walden creates an inventive world, breathtaking romance, and an epic quest for love. I'm really intrigued by this. The art of it looks so good. I really love the color palette of these pages. So excited to jump into this one. I have two comic books that I have bought since 2019, I believe, because I was obsessed with Carmen Maria Machado, who is the author of these two comic books, and it's called The Helllllooo Woods. This is number 1 and this is number 2. I actually don't really know what it's about, but it is a horror, and there's about 6 comic books in the series. But I'm going to read from the Goodreads what the first one, this one, is about. It says that the Helllllooo Woods explores body horror down paths yet unexplored in comics. It will leave readers searching for their way back home and terrified of what they find changed upon their return. It doesn't have that many reviews online, but I'm going to go ahead and read it. That was actually faster than I thought. I think it took me like 10 minutes to finish this one, but this was the first book in the Helllllooo Woods series, so number 1, and really not much happened, but we were introduced to a bunch of characters, mainly 2 main characters, and it seems to be set in like the 90s, like the early 90s, and it's dark and weird and like something's happening but we don't really know what. Ends on a cliffhanger. There's a sapphic or specifically lesbian rep in this as well, which I like assumed from the cover and the author. I enjoyed it. I just don't know what's happening, so I'm gonna go read the second one because I'm like, I need to know what's going on, okay? Also sex in this, which I was not expecting. I was not expecting that, but it was well done. It was well done, tastefully done. It's definitely adult. It does say 17 and up, so adult. Okay, so surprisingly, not surprisingly, comic books are really fast to get through. And I'm like, do I count these as books? But they are books, okay? They are books in their own right. So I just finished both of Helllllooo Woods comic books. This is number 1 and number 2. It's giving like psychological, it's giving horror, it's giving thriller, it's giving like Stranger Things vibes with the bicycle and like the 90s. And I know Stranger Things is in the 80s, but like it's giving like old school vibes, like back in time, like small town, something is going on in the town vibes, and these teenagers / young adults are trying to figure out what's going on while dealing with their friendship and their romantic interests. And are you kidding? This is going good. So I'm gonna need to get the other 4 books in the series. I have a book buying ban. I'm like, comic books are so cheap that I could like break the ban, or I can check the library, I guess. But I kind of want to own them, like in the series, you know? So I think I'm going to go to the comic book store, which is only a couple blocks away from my house, and see if they have the other 4 in the series and buy that. Because I'm finishing them so fast and it keeps saying to be continued, and I want to know what's going on next. So we are done with the Little Woods for right now. I'm going to go sometime this week to the comic book store and pick up the others in the series. And let's start this bad boy, or bad gal, on a Sunbeam. Good morning, it's a new day. And last night I basically read On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. Wow. This made me go request 4 graphic novels at the library, and I'm like obsessively checking to see if they came through yet, because I have to like request a whole and it has to be transited to my local branch, so it will take a while. But I'm like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Like, I need to calm down. But On a Sunbeam is a tale of 2 interwoven storylines, but it really follows these best friends who fall in love in boarding school and start dating, and they're 2 lesbians, and or you know, sapphics. And on the other storyline, you have the space crew who go around fixing and like restoring things in space, and then these storylines kind of converge at the end. And it's just, the art is so good in this, the color palette is phenomenal. I really enjoyed the art in this, to be honest. I really thought the storyline was cute, and it was interesting because there were no men in this story. It's all women and non-binary characters. It was very, very gay. Yeah, it was just really good. I really enjoyed it, and it made me really want to pick up more graphic novels, and I can't believe I finished 500 pages in just a couple, like what, an hour? So yeah, this graphic novel reading vlog is going well, because I finished all of these, and comics are not graphic novels, but I'm including them. And now I want to finish the series in this comic. I want to read more graphic novels. So I will definitely be waiting patiently for the library to give me my graphic novels. I'm about to like pull up there and see if they have anything graphic novel, comic book in store, but I doubt, not in store, but in library branch, but I doubt. Okay, I am breaking my book buying ban today because I'm about to go to the comic book / graphic novel store, and I actually called them and I found out that the comic book series that I've been reading, The Little Woods, had been turned into a graphic novel. So it's all in one book as opposed to being all in series. So I can't get the number 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have to just buy the graphic novel, which will already have part of the series that I read. So now I'm like, did I read 2 books? Or am I gonna have to remove it and just have read 1 book? Very confused about that. Don't know how comic books go in terms of my Goodreads challenge. Maybe I'll just up my challenge a little bit so to compensate for the fact that I read 2 comic books. I don't know. But to the comic book store we go. Gonna get my mask and head out the door. My new plan of action is I'm gonna stop by the library first and see if my holds are available. I highly doubt that they are because online says it's not ready yet. But I'm gonna still see if it's like there and maybe they didn't update the system. And then I'll try to see if they have any graphic novels available. I still want to read The Little Woods, so I'm gonna probably still go to the comic book store. But going to the library will help diminish my book purchases because I am on a book buying ban. Hello! I just got back from the library and the comic book store, and I got a couple goodies. The library did not have my holds ready. Sad, 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 but I did pick up a book I saw there, and then I went to the comic book store and picked up 2 books. So I did break my book buying ban. It's okay. Got Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. And I've been seeing this all over BookTube, and it's a Netflix series, and it basically is a gay love story, but it also has themes of friendship, and it's a YA book, and it's kind of in black and white and blue. So I'm interested to see what the hype about Heartstopper is, and if I would actually continue reading the rest of the series. Then I went to a comic book store, which is in my neighborhood here in Brooklyn, and I picked up 2 books. I only went for 1 book. But I did pick up 2 books, but I did break my book buying ban already in the first week or the second week of January, which is sad. But I have an excuse, and it's that the library didn't have the book that I wanted, or it was going to take really long, and I really wanted to get the series finished. So I got the full The Lola Woods by Carmen Maria Machado. What this means though is that the first couple of pages I've already read because I have the 2 comics, but they made the comics into a whole novel, so now I don't have to go buy the separate comics, and they didn't even have the separate comics, they just had this whole book. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this one, and I have been enjoying it. It's very like horror-esque, as I said. So this one caught my eye. I recently saw somebody review this, I don't remember who, but I put it on my Goodreads as a want to read, and then I saw it in the comic book store. And it's After the Rain by Nnedi Okorafor. Hope I'm saying that correct. I read some of Okorafor's work before, Binti specifically, a short, like a novella. And I was like, I kind of like that. So I was down to read more of her work. And this is a graphic novel adaptation of a short story that she wrote in 2013. It says that After the Rain is a story of Chioma, a young Nigerian-American woman who has a dark secret and mysterious destiny that are brought to bear while visiting her grandmother in Nigeria. Chioma's interactions with ancient ancestral spirits during an uncanny rainstorm set her upon a dangerous path that will lead her to a discovery that will change her world forever. So yeah, I'm gonna read this one as well in this vlog. So let me see how it goes, and I'm gonna get started with The Lola Woods. I finished The Lola Woods. I finished The Lola Woods! So, as I mentioned before, this is a horror-esque type of comic that follows these 2 lesbian women of color, or teenage girls of color, in a small town in Pennsylvania. It's a coal mining town, and there is some shady shit going on, mysterious shit going on. It's giving mystery, and we don't know what it is. And they have lost some of their memory in one night, and they're trying to figure out like what's going on, what's happened. They meet a witch who happens to be a child, and the witch ends up telling them a bunch of historical things, and they kind of uncover the mystery. I don't want to spoil it, so I won't give too much away, but big content warning for sexual assault in this book. And yeah, there's witches, there's lesbians, there's women of color, there's horror, there's spooky, there's bicycles, there's technology, there's monsters, there's a freaky dare lady figure. Yeah, proper horror. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it, and I really wanted to know what was going on. The art style was not really for me, but I did really like this page. This page, because I like bikes, of course. But I'm also very new to the graphic novel thing. And actually, I keep saying I'm very new. When I was younger, I read a lot of graphic novels, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid and things like that. But as an adult, I haven't read that many graphic novels, so it's hard to like say what like my tastes are right now. 4 out of 5 stars for me. Thought it was great. So 4 stars. And I think I'm gonna go and read Heartstopper. And like I feel like I'm rushing through these, but like I'm just like thirsty for graphic novels right now. So Hello. It's been a couple of days, but I finished Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, and I really fell for it because honestly I went into this not trying to believe the hype, because everybody everywhere talking about how this is the best graphic novel they've ever read, blah 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 blah. So I was like, I'm a bit judge of that. And honestly it was so cute, like so cute. Basically it follows these two teenagers, these two boys go to the same school. One's on the rugby team and one was just outed as gay, and he was being bullied by the whole school. And they form this really intimate friendship, and they both are basically crushing on each other but have not told the other one, have not dealt with their feelings. There is some, yeah, it ends on a to be continued because there is a second and a third and a fourth book in the series. So I'm interested to see what happens next. And it's just filled with like love and cuteness, and there's some like heavy themes but done well, you know, in the book about bullying and things that are relevant to young adults or teenagers. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was so cute. I was there like, oh my god, why am I blushing? It was just so cute, honestly. That's the most I can say. So yeah, this is finished, and I'm really excited because the book I really wanted to read in this vlog, called Wash Day Diaries, is available at the library. So I'm gonna get that today. I'm so excited about it. Like, I just like the cover is so beautiful. Like, you'll see. Wash Day Diaries that I got from the library today. And oh my god, I'm gushing, absolutely gushing about it. Basically follows these four friends living in the Bronx in New York City, and they're black women, and each story follows each of the characters, the main characters, doing their hair while something else is happening. My favorite story in this is group chat, which someone's at the braiding salon getting their hair braided, and they're telling their group chat about their weekend, and it's like this juicy story about these two men they encountered, and then her phone dies, which is like so typical because that always happens at the hair salon, is that your phone dies. Honestly, 5 stars for me. I really love this one. I recommend this to anyone, but especially to black women, especially black women who know the struggle of having natural hair, wearing wigs, braiding your hair, all these types of things. It's so present in this book, and it was just so cute, and the cartoon, like the illustrations are really not cute, and the coloring of this book, I really love the coloring. It's like in these pinks and oranges, and it's just so amazing, and I really loved it. And I'm really in my graphic novel era right now because these books have just been so good. Like, I've been picking up really great reads, so I really hope the next one is as good as this. But this was so good. Okay, I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. I read so many graphic novels in the past week. I'm like overloaded with graphic novels and images of art in my head. The only one I did not get to is After the Rain, and I actually have a couple more graphic novels to pick up from the library, 3 more, but it'll make this video like an hour long, and I don't want that, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. I want to make videos that people actually want to watch. And thanks for living with me. Bye.